Hi everyone, it's Suyin here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an update of my bucket system. So let's get into it. Okay, so the bucket system. For those of you who are new here, the bucket system is a money management system that I use to save me a lot of money. And I first learned about this system through the book of The Barefoot Investor, which is a must-read if you're interested in financial empowerment, financial freedom. And it is a really good system that has helped me correct a lot of my spending behaviors, or it has helped me develop good money habits. And I'm going to walk you through what's new with the bucket system. First and foremost, there are 3 buckets. There's Blow, Grow, and Mojo. And as you can tell, those 3 simple things are Blow to be spending your money, Grow to grow it, and Mojo to have that security in the form of an emergency fund. So it's very straightforward. And I'm going to show you how I tweak this system to my advantage or to my personality type, where I have been using it for years and years, and it has really helped. So my first bucket, which belongs to the Blow category, is called daily expenses. And in my daily expenses, I spend on anything that I would use in my daily routine, such as food, bills, money from my mom, insurance, things like that. Daily stuff. So what I do is I allocate 11% of my money, of my income every single month. When I get my paycheck, the first thing that I do is I transfer money all over the place into these different buckets that I will describe, and 11% of it goes to my daily expenses into one particular bank account or current account where I expense from. So these daily expenses, I have reduced how much I'm spending on them, or rather, when I got a raise in February, I just maintained the same amount that I was spending on as previous bucket allocation, and as a result of that, it's now at 11%. I think it used to be 17% of my allocation. So the second account is a Splurge Fund, and this Splurge Fund, I am spending 9% of my income every month to treat myself to the things that I like. And in this financial journey, FIRE movement, very cool, but I'm about treating your current self as well as planning for your future self. It's important to balance the two, and I find that we gotta make it fun in order to want to continue on this journey of financial freedom. And I like to spend on clothes, I like to spend on fitness, I like to spend on food, treating people to things and good food. So it's quite self-explanatory, and I have a separate account for that, which I spend my splurge money from. And another Blow account, I guess this is the last Blow account, is my Debt Detonator. So this Debt Detonator has changed since the previous videos. So I'll link those previous videos up in the cards so that you can get a sense of where I was and now where I'm at. Debt Detonator was used to make sure that I never get myself into debts, and because now I've moved out of home, I have more expenses. I have used this Debt Detonator fund to pay off things related to the house. So 15% of my income goes to this particular fund, and most of it actually is used up in rent, utilities, and groceries, things for the house basically. And yeah, because of that, I get to stay out of debt, and I am never worried about credit cards because I always pay them off in full every single month, which I encourage everyone here to do, because interest on credit cards is crazy at 18%, 21%, depending on what bank you're using and where you are in the world. So now that we're done with all of the Blow accounts, one of my favorite accounts is actually the Grow account, and that's my investment fund. Every month, I allocate 50% of my income into this investment fund, and it varies because I have a number of investments that I dedicate my money to, so I kind of like sprinkle it all over the place, and certain months I'll focus on certain things. So I do have my local Malaysian stock brokerage accounts. Those I don't really want to top up anymore because I think they've reached a certain amount that I'm happy to keep as like capital. And then I'm really building on my international brokerage. As you know, I use TD Ameritrade for the US stock market, and I also use Tiger Brokers right now, and I also have SYFE, I have STASHAWAY, and these are the four main brokerages and robo-advisors that I utilize right now. And I kind of do this thing where, because we're earning Malaysian ringgit, it takes a while to have a significant amount of money in Sing dollars or US dollars. So I stockpile, I save up, and then once it reaches a better amount, then I transfer it into those brokerage accounts or those robo-advisors. And yeah, that's the way I like to go about it. I really do believe that if you are looking to invest overseas, you're gonna need a bigger capital so that you can make your money work for you. And I don't really believe in fractional shares so much unless you are working with robo-advisors, which is actually really good for affordability and accessibility. And yeah, that's it. So after the investment account for growing, there are accounts that make me smile in the long run. So these smile accounts are designed for us to use to save money for things that will make us smile in the long run. And under these, I have vacation and gifts. For vacation, as we know in the pandemic, we don't really have a lot of vacations that we need to save up for because we're not going anywhere, unfortunately. And because of that, I've changed the allocation from 10% to 5%. So for the last few months, my vacation fund has been 5% of my income allocated, and it's just saving there in my Frank OCBC account. Yes, that's where it's at. And then the gift fund. The gift fund this month is particularly relevant. In Malaysia, we have the white flag movement. So what this is a lot of communities out there are taking the courage to hang up white flags because they are saying, enough is enough, I need help, I need support, and I am surrendering and humbly asking for this help. So a lot of initiatives are right here in Malaysia where people are donating food, donating help, whatever it is they can do. And what I'm using my gift fund for this month, that 10% allocation of my income, is going straight to these charities, these donations, and I've already donated a portion of it, and I still have a few hundred ringgit left to go. So I am looking into the different options that I can put the money to good use for the people who really need it the most right now. And I highly encourage you to do the same because every little bit counts, and the whole point of growing wealth is so that we can have more options, and there is no better time than to help others than right now. It doesn't matter if we don't have the level of wealth that we are searching to have, but it matters that we help some people right now with the ability that we have. So I really like this gift fund, and I think it is a great way to plan for giving, not just giving gifts like for weddings or like birthdays, but for giving to charity as well. So I really like that, and I'll put links down below for those of you who are interested to support these causes as well. Okay, now I have missed out an account, which is the Mojo account, and I have to say that emergency fund has been sorted because that was the first thing that I did on my financial empowerment journey. I started off with building an emergency fund because I didn't want to start off my investing journey and then have some sort of emergency and then have to take out my money from my investments to pay for that emergency, because that would disrupt and destroy momentum, and the whole system would kind of be like, it will crash, right? So emergency fund, what I highly recommend to do is to build that first. And how I started was with 1,500 ringgit, and then I built it up to 3 months of expenses, and then 6 months, 9 months, 12 months,
As you know, the pandemic is crazy. It's been like a year and 4 months. We're a year and 4 months in, and you never know whether you're going to lose your job, you're going to lose your income source or sources. So that's why I like to diversify my income. And yeah, I guess like the only way to not be insecure about money is to actually really master the skills of earning, spending, saving, and investing. And it's all a one-by-one step basis, and we will get better at it. And I'm still refining the skill of earning money. I'm still working on it. So yeah, I guess that's it for my bucket system. I have gone from 78% in savings per month to 66% in savings per month, and that's okay because I feel like now I have a more accurate representation of what my expenses are like in a month, especially now that I'm paying for rent and like paying for more groceries and utilities and things like that. However, I have to say that I am also not including any of the income from my side project. I don't take a salary from those things. Not now, not yet anyway. I'm gonna figure out a way to reward myself eventually for that, or like take money out of the business, like some money out. But as of now, I don't have plans for that. And yeah, so all the money that I'm talking about for my bucket system is just from my day job, and the other income, they're all like a separate entity from me. And that's how I am doing this so far. But it does get a little bit complicated because of expenses. You know, in the last 2 videos ago, or the last video ago, I talked about the number 1 lesson that I learned from Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is businesses spend less on tax legally. And now that we have like some shared expenses such as the utilities here, so let's say internet bill or electricity bill, I can actually expense off a portion of those bills under my company, being in my company's name and everything. And yeah, that actually helps me, you get what I mean, right? It helps me to navigate the expenses and declare a lower taxable income when it comes to the business profits. So yeah, that's very interesting. I guess I'll eventually get into a video detailing how I do that. I just don't want to get into accounting discrepancies because I'm not an accountant, nor is this financial advice. I'm just someone who really likes this kind of financial stuff, and I'm sharing with all of you. So comment down below on what you're using to manage your money. What are your favorite high interest savings accounts or systems that you use personally? And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Take good care. Bye!